Good morning, everyone. I am Shankaransh Srivastava. I am the co-founder and the chief operating officer at SmartHelio. We are a Swiss technology proudly built in India. We call ourselves the doctors of solar PV plants. We ask ourselves this big question: what's more important, gigawatt or gigawatt hours? In Indian context, even with best of the cars, we ask, "Arey mileage kitna deti hai?" And with the portfolio in India increasing very rapidly, this question of mileage has now come about. One of the most trusted publications, PV Magazine, lists technical performance losses as top 3 factors that's inhibiting the scaling of solar in India. To put things into perspective, I don't have the numbers for India, but in US last year, there was a technical survey done, and plants, those were 5 years old, on an average they were underperforming by 8%. So now we can imagine in Indian context that number would probably be a little higher. But why is this so? One of the main reasons is that maintenance is a reactive process. Only after something starts to underperform, actions are taken. This action is taken by a series of stakeholders who are doing a plethora of manual activities. On an annual basis, we are losing around $2.5 billion globally just because of this late reaction and some undetected issues in solar PV plants. With batteries coming into picture, a more complex system, the criticality of predicting failures in batteries is coming up more and more. And this is the problem that we are trying to solve. We have built a software that takes the real-time electrical data from solar PV plants. It does the root cause analysis, tells you why exactly the plant is underperforming, what you need to do, and it predicts failures in solar plants, leading to reduced downtime, maximizing their performance, and most importantly, optimizing how the maintenance activities are done within solar organizations. We already have around 6 gigawatt under maintenance. We work with any type of solar plant, rooftop or ground mount. We are primarily, or let's say we were primarily focused on Europe and US. And since past 1 year, we have moved our focus to expanding in India. In India, we have already worked with some of the prominent players in the solar PV space. Now, this is the most important slide. This is the genesis, the heart of our technology. So we have an office in Switzerland as well. And being exposed to the R&D infrastructure and funds in Switzerland, in past 6 years, we have been able to conduct a lot of research where we emulated faults in solar PV systems. We understood the patterns that, or the impact that it was creating on the current and voltage, which is the very basic, the first principles of physics. And we took those patterns to build our algorithms. Now, there are 2 key benefits of this. First, being physics-based, I don't need historical data to train my models. Second, since physics doesn't change based on location, so what works in US, what works in Norway, works in India as well. Some testimonials from companies we have worked with. Tata said one very interesting thing. I mean, we know Tata is technically very advanced company. And they said we were able to uncover additional issues in the plant that they didn't know of. Schneider Electric, one of the biggest electrical companies in the world, we predicted issues in their plant that could have led to fire in their inverters. And safety being one of the big concerns for them, our solution fits well into their corporate strategy. Some numbers, so 6 years in business, we have helped reduce the maintenance time by 80%. The accuracy of our algorithms have now reached 95%, and we have helped companies generate 10% more energy. So, like I said, our focus has primarily been on the western side of the world, just because the average age of the plant is more than 5 years, and they have more problems. But starting this year, we have started to receive a lot of requests from Indian developers, because if you see, 50% of India's portfolio is now 5 years or older. So now we also think that this is the right time for the adoption of a technology like ours to help these solar companies operate and scale with profitability.